Today it's all about multimedia on the XPeng. We are going to look at all the settings that we have to configure the sound system. We are going also to look at the inbuilt apps for music and audio, looking at the streaming services that are available already in the car, and also look for other alternatives that we have to play multimedia inside the car. During the video, I will show you also how to enable the way to play YouTube and also other streaming services while in drive mode. On this new update that was released recently, there is a new app where you can plug in a USB device to the car and play local media. I have downloaded a bunch of different video files and audio files so that you can see which files you can in fact play inside the car. So guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's go and see what we can do in terms of multimedia on the XPeng cars.
So here we are inside the car, and first let's see what options we have to configure the sound system. So let's first go here to the car, to the settings, just go a little bit down to sounds, and then in sounds we have media, sound effects. So first you can define the mode, and then equalizer, and then also spatial sound effects, and finally the balance, so deciding if the sound is coming from the front, from the middle, or from the rear. So first on the mode, you have original, dynamic, and cinematic. For me, original, it's just like unprocessed sound, so it is a very dull sound. And then dynamic and cinematic gives a little push to the sound. I do prefer more the cinematic option here. Then we have the spatial sound effects. This is just how the sound is propagated inside the car. So level 0, as you can see here, it's not giving anything. So you have here a visual indication of what's happening. So the sound is coming from the middle. It can come from the front, rear, but let's keep it on the middle. Level 0 is nothing. Level 1, it gives here a punch. So it's going to spread across the car. Level 2, and then level 3, it's even a little bit more. Okay, so I do like to have it between level 2 and level 3. We now already saw these ones. The remaining one is the equalizer. So for the equalizer, you just have two options here, or even to disable completely the equalizer. These are my settings, and of course in this one you just need to adjust heavy bass, bass, mid-range, treble, and super treble, and you can then define these as you like. So basically these are the sound settings that you can define inside the car. Let me just go quickly to one thing here. Then you have, of course, the media volume adjustment for every type of sounds that are coming from the car. You can adjust them individually. Also, as I have here a shortcut, you can just press it and you have exactly the same things. Okay, then one important thing that I would like to refer, there are several people saying that they cannot hear the sound coming from the back. There is a very simple thing that can happen. You need to take in consideration this mute mode. So you can mute the front row or the rear row. And if you reduce the volume until 0, as you can see, it will show that both rows are muted. So be careful, because if you have some row here that is disabled, you will not, of course, hear sound from that. But now let me just show you that my rear speakers are in fact working. So I will put it a little bit higher, and then I will mute the front row. And as you can see, there is still sound coming, and you can still listen to the music. And in fact, what happened was that the speakers in the front were all muted, and what we are listening to, it's only from the speakers in the rear row sound system. Okay, so let me turn back this on. So this was a very quick settings on the car for the sound and multimedia options. Now let's talk a little bit about the options that we have in terms of multimedia. Let's start first by music. Okay, so there are a bunch of apps that you can use for that, and that they come already integrated in the car. So first I will show you some that are all integrated in the same app. That it's the music app here, Bluetooth, radio. Then you have also Spotify, TuneIn Radio, and also Amazon Music. All of them just go to exactly the same place. It's exactly the same app. Let me show you. So if you go to music, you will see that I have it on Spotify, because it's the playlist that I am playing currently. Okay, but if you go here to the top left side of the screen, you see that you have exactly the same apps that I just talked about here. Let's go back to here. Let me go here for instance, TuneIn Radio. If I click on TuneIn Radio, it will open exactly the same app as you saw before, but it will choose automatically the source. Let's go for Spotify. As you can see, Spotify is just Spotify, so it's equally the same layout, more or less, that you can see on Android Auto, CarPlay, on your mobile phone, or even on your desktop. Okay, so you have the home section where you have last played musics. Also, you have recommendations, etc. So you have a bunch of stuff here. Let me just show you how snappy and how well this works inside the car. So it's very fast to search, to move around. Then you have, of course, search. You can just search for something. Let me just try here something. And as this is integrated, it will show you, as you can see here, on Spotify, TuneIn Radio, and Amazon Music. Then you have here recents. So these are the most recent musics played. Then you have the possibility to browse, so just search for categories, suggestions, whatever. Then you have your library where you can see your playlists, your liked songs, artists, and also podcasts and shows. And then you have, of course, the settings. Here, as you can see in the bottom left corner, you have the current being played music. So if I click here, it will show like the music player of the system. And here you can, of course, go to the Equalizer, go to the music list of the sounds, because we are in a playlist, so it can show like this. Go here for Bluetooth. So in this one is just playing music connected to the Bluetooth system. Usually I have my mobile phone connected to the Bluetooth, and of course every time that I play something in my mobile, it will play here. But it doesn't show like a playlist or something like that. So I don't know if any of you guys has a music player, Bluetooth music player, like an iPod or something like that, and you try to connect it to the system. Let me know if you can see the playlist, the list of musics available, so that you can control the music on the central screen. Then you have radio. On radio, there are two different types of radio inside. So you have FM and AM, so the analog, let's call it like that. And then you have digital audio broadcasting also here. In Portugal, we don't have DAB. And on FM and AM, I do have some stations here. So if I click here, it will show the stations. Then you can have it classified based on some categories. We can search. So clicking here, it will search for new FM and AM radio stations. And as you can see, there is a bit of a problem in the FM AM, so in the radio system of the car, because there is no names, there is no logo, there is nothing in terms of information from the radio itself. If you go to the favorites, you will have two radios here that you don't know which they are. Also, there is a possibility here on the settings that you have DAB traffic announcements and also DAB and FM alternative frequency. This doesn't work correctly. So whenever I start playing a radio and I move around, what will happen is that you will listen that the radio is getting a weak signal, and you will lose completely that radio. So it doesn't change to the new frequency of that radio station. So for me, this is a bug that XPeng still didn't correct. But let me just show you, for instance, if I just change here and I move, so it changes quickly and it works. But as you can see, it doesn't give much information. So if I go here, it will show also the same information here. So I am showing here the possibilities. It's like a playlist. Let's move now to the TuneIn Radio. And this is an IP service. Again, here you can listen to radio stations, and not only that, but there are a bunch of programs, podcasts, and stuff like that that you have in TuneIn Radio. Let me just change here to radio commercial, for instance. So it just plays. So I am in a free version, and as you can see, it works. Sometimes it gives a message like, welcome to TuneIn. It's only that, and then you are playing radio. And here, as you can see, the same. So you have home, that it's less played, things, so suggestions, top picks, podcasts, top music, etc. So as you can see, there are a bunch of things here. Then you have the recents, so you see the history of your played radios. You have your favorites, so you can just pick up a radio and define it as a favorite. Also shows, so podcasts and stuff like that, you can have them here. And then of course you can browse. And then you have also Amazon Music, that in this case I am not able to show you because I don't have this service. But if you are a user of Amazon Music, it will be more or less exactly the same. Let me just show you a couple of more options that you have. So if I go here to the App Store, you will see that I have also Apple Music, okay, that you can download from the XPeng App Store. And you have also, for instance, Audible, Apple TV, and Disney Plus. So there are some streaming services. So you have XPlay also, some streaming services that are available here to download and use in the car. Now let's talk a little bit about streaming services. So streaming services, as you know, you can watch some movies, some YouTube, you have also TikTok and Instagram. So important to say that if you are using browser, if you are using YouTube, Prime Video, Instagram and TikTok, they all work while the car is on the move. Okay, so if you put on drive and start moving, these services will not be disturbed. And why? There is one setting that you can activate to be able to drive and still use some streaming services. Let me show you very quickly. If you go to General on the settings, and if you go here to Safety and Privacy, you have here the driver screen application use restrictions. So if this feature is disabled, using third-party applications while driving may cause safety risks. Please proceed with caution. So it says here, if you disable this, as it is currently, then YouTube will not stop being played while you drive, as also the other streaming services. Let me just show you very quickly. So if you go to Prime Video, for instance, so I have a Prime Video account, you can watch, and this is just a player for the Prime service. And as you can see, it's also very snappy. The screen quality, it's very good. The sound, it's also very good. So let me just go, for instance, for here, okay, and it's going to start. Where I am, I don't have a big connection or internet connection, so it takes a little bit time. And also, as you already are aware, on these streaming services, usually it starts with a low quality and then increases to high quality as soon as the amount of data that it's coming gets better. But as you can see, so the music stopped, and now we are watching some series inside the car. It's important to say that these apps can work in split screen, okay? But as you can see, we could be driving here with the map, and the video would be here. And of course, as the passenger is on the other side, you can just change here the orientation so that the driver can be driving, looking at the dashboard, looking at the information, and also having the navigation map on this side. And the passenger that was here on this side could be watching the movie here. Put my feet on the brake and I will put drive, and I am in drive mode now. And as you can see, it's not doing anything. Let me just move even the car, and you will see that it's not doing anything to the movie. So I show you Prime Video. Let me just show you YouTube, for instance, my YouTube channel, as you can see here. And then we could just watch whatever movie we wanted to inside the car. So let's just play this one, the movie.
Scandinavian sleeping and living.
So guys, here we are. Okay, as you see, the quality, it's very, very bad, okay, because it just started. And usually when internet connection is better, it will then change to another, but you can come here and change the quality to whatever you want, and you can just put it on full screen. If you saw here, there is this icon that you can put here, okay, sorry, and then you just click it, and if you just go back or click on the X, you will leave. If you click on this one, it will show the bottom bar, and if you click here, it will go back. So if you click X, it will leave. So basically, these are the options for streaming. It will work in the same way in all the streaming services inbuilt in the car. Then finally, let me go here to local media. Okay, so local media is something that appeared on this last version. So 5.6 is a new feature inside of the XPengs, and this allows us to play some files in a USB disk drive. Okay, so I have here my SanDisk disk drive, 2 terabytes disk connected to the USB port of the car, and then I can come here to local media. The car will identify the disk and will separate music and video so that you can play then your files. So it will show as a folder file. I have here a list of files that I have downloaded, so test files that I have downloaded for video and also for audio, okay, that I will see first. So all of these items here I have downloaded to this disk, okay, so I have these types of videos inside on the disk drive. Okay, so let's go here to the videos, and let's go here to the test files, and let's go here to the videos. But as you can see, the system only recognizes these four. Okay, so 3GP it's here, ASF it's not possible, AVI it's not possible, F4V and FLV, so flash videos are not possible, HEVC it's not possible, this MPEG it's not possible unless this MPEG-4 part 14 it is available. Move file, so Apple QuickTime Movie it's possible also, and Matroska it's also possible. Okay, so these containers are possible, but then for instance Windows Media Video, VOB, OGV, etc., they are not available. So if you have these different types of files, don't expect them to be available in the system to be played. So from all these test files that I have included in my video, we only have these four available. So let me just show you the quality of each one. So let's start from 3GP. The ocean floor rises 5 miles to the shores of what people call the 7-mile miracle. Okay, so works very well. So it's a 3GP. It's not a very high definition file. Okay, so it's half definition. The quality it's not the best one. Okay, but it works very well. So let's go back. Let's try the Matroska file. A bit forward. Also works very well, very fast to respond. Again, it is not a very high definition file, so the idea of this test was just to get the type of files that were available. Let's try the MOV, also the same. So let me just try to push it here. Also very good, no problems at all. And then the MP4. So as you see, it's exactly the same file, and again works very well. Okay, let me just give you just another one that I had, that it's for it's an HD file that it's based on Dolby Atmos. I am showing you this because the car has a bunch of speakers and it's Dolby Atmos compatible. I don't know if you are going to be able to listen to these in the best way, because I am recording with a mobile phone. So guys, I can tell, I don't know if you were able to feel the sound. that it's coming from different speakers, but in fact it is possible to see to hear in this case the sound coming from front, middle, rear, going from one side to the other, the powerful of the bass system. It is in fact possible to see the difference from when you are listening to YouTube or even Spotify here.
Let's go for music, test files, audio, and here we are the sample. We have this list, so as you can see, AAC we have, ACT we don't, FLAC also it is there, and then we have a bunch more that we don't have, and as you can see, MP3 we have there, and then OGG yes, Wave also, but then Windows Media Auto we don't have. So from all these files, we have these options available for you to play in the local media.
Let's then play these files to see. AAC works well, no problem at all. Let's see FLAC. Also very good. Let's see MP3. That is the most common format for audio. It's working also. OGG. So OGG also working very well, and then Wave. So all the sounds that are recognized by the system do play well, so no problem at all. So as you can see, any of these files you can use for local media content in audio format to be played. Now let's give another test here. Let me just change this to drive mode. And as you can see, there is nothing. So even if I move the car forward, it doesn't stop. So it stopped a little bit or reduced the volume because it is in a tight space. So it's activating the 360 camera. But now let me show you one thing. So if you go again to videos, test files, videos, and let's put here a move file. I am playing the move file, and now I will put it on drive. And then as soon as I put on drive, it gives this message: for your driving safety, please watch the video in P gear, so in park mode. We saw before that we could watch multimedia while driving, so YouTube and streaming services, when we disable that privacy and security setting in the car. But for local media, this does not apply. You will not be able to play video files. Everything that is recognized as a video file in the local media app, it will not be played while driving. So I don't know if XPeng will change these and apply the same topics on these in future updates. Okay, so we have covered the inbuilt system, music and multimedia, so streaming. We have covered YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We have covered the new app that it's called Local Media for streaming local files connected to the car. Now, there are two other things that I would like to mention, or better, three. You have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto that you can use also to cast information in terms of multimedia to the car. So if you have some apps on Android Auto or CarPlay that are installed in your phone so that they can and are supported by these technologies, you can of course use them as part of multimedia. So I will not go into detail of that because it's equal to any other car manufacturer, so Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So there is another alternative that it's very commonly used by Teslas, for instance, that is using the browser features to reach some multimedia. So let me show you just one that it's called a Better Theater. And if you just click over here, you will see that you will enter in a browser. So it's a web page that can then deliver a bunch of services, multimedia services based on web. Okay. I am not using these mainly because I can have all these in the other systems that this car allows. I am not affiliated to a Better Theater. I don't even have an account, but I'm just showing you an alternative to watch some more multimedia in the car. And in this case on XPeng, also, if you are using the web, you can split the screen, as you can see. And also, let me just put on drive, as you can see, and it doesn't leave. So I am moving the car front. Of course, back it will disappear because it will show the cameras. but as soon as you exit, you will get back to the streaming service. So again, you can watch browser streaming services, music, video, and also a bunch of other apps that you can use. If you have a full membership, you have even more options here. So finally, last option that you have for multimedia is, for instance, wirecasting. And that is why I don't use the browser, because I do prefer to have an Android box, for instance, connected to the car so that we can use wirecasting. So I have a full video on wired screencasting on the channel, where I connected a Xiaomi TV stick, an Android box, to the car, so that we have a bunch of these apps. And I also connected Nintendo Switch to the car, so that you can play even games of your Nintendo. So use your Nintendo and using the screen. For this, you just need to plug in the connection, and as you can see here, so you have then of course that in this case, so we are just casting, okay, and this means that we are not able to use the touchscreen. So touchscreen, it's only to leave this screen, so you need to have the control to manage this screen then. Okay, so this is not a CarPlay or at any type of these services that will overtake your system and use only the touchscreen to do whatever you want. So as you can see here, I have TV services. I have also some other streaming services, so like Netflix, Prime Video, Max, YouTube again. I have IPTV here, and then I have even games over here. And if I go, for instance, here to the apps, you see that I have a bunch of things. So Tidal, RTP Play, and TV Player. It's local IP TV services. You can have a bunch of stuff here. So StreamU also. You can even install Plex and Kodi and stuff like that. So I have karaoke here also. Again, TikTok, VPN services if you need. So you can imagine what the amount of solutions that you can install in your car. Again, go check my video fully dedicated to these services so that you have more information on this. I will just put on drive, and it is working also while driving the car, so it will not leave. So it's considered an external third-party service, and it will not be disconnected while we are playing here. And it can even also be in split screen, so you can again be driving, watching navigation, and your passenger on the other side can be watching anything or just playing with any app. So guys, these are the apps and solutions available for streaming and multimedia inside the XPeng.
Hi guys, we have come to the end of this video. I think that we covered all the options that we have for multimedia inside the XPeng. I do believe that the system is very comprehensive and has a lot of options, so I don't think that there is much more to cover in terms of multimedia for this car. I also do believe that there are some room for improvements in some of the apps and some of the systems, mainly on radio, for instance. Also, I don't know if XPeng will release the possibility to drive the car while watching local media video files, but that is for something to be discussed in the future. So thank you very much again for watching this video to support this channel. And if you did like this content, please leave a like, subscribe the channel, leave a comment if you have anything that you would like to know more about the car. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.